YuGiOh Games. Oh yeah, brother. With this week in TCGs number 17. Oh yeah, it's going down. Had to miss last week, had some family emergencies or whatever, but we're back. We're not gonna let too long pass. But yeah, let's get this. We got I figure about 30 minutes worth of stuff to go over. Let's get it. Alright, so starting off, we got the MTG Doctor Who release. Is coming here in a couple months, a few months. October 13th, confirmed the release. The release is also quite timely as it comes just a little before Russell T Davies' Doctor Who specials, which air in November 2023. People are pretty salty at Doctor Who nowadays. Maybe too much diversity, maybe bad scripts. I can't really call it. But MTG Doctor Who decks will contain a mixture of reprints with the Doctor Who theme, and brand new Doctor Who cards are expected for the Doctor Who crossover. Wizards has 4 commander decks planned and promises to fill them with doctors, companions, villains, locations, and more from the show's entire history, not just the recent stuff. Way back since the 60s. We had a suspicion that there might be multiple decks representing the heroes, and that the Doctor Who villains who don't typically play nice might be bundled up in one deck. For the last big crossover, it was fairly straightforward, and there was one deck each for 4 of the Warhammer 40k factions, but many Doctor Who's most famous baddies are standalone. Okay, so how's that gonna work? Alright, so there's a Blast from the Past with starring the first 8 Doctors. There's gonna be Masters of Evil, the Doctor's greatest villains. Paradox Power, red, green, blue, with Doctors 12 and 13. And looks like Timey Wimey, featuring Doctors 9, 10, and 11. Expected to be about $70 each, so not as much as some of those Commander Masters. We have a Battlefield right there. What was that, a Planes Chase card? Kind of looks like a Planes Chase card. Yeah, Planes Chase is making another return to represent the Doctor and the Companion's journey through time and space. Planes Chase cards will include the Tomb of the Doctor and the Bad Wolf Bay. Man, I proxied up some Planes Chase, still have not played it to this day. But fixed point in time, when you encounter fixed point in time until your next turn, if a player would planeswalk as a result of rolling the planar dice, chaos ensues. The planeswalk away from this phenomenon. TARDIS Bay and the Doctor's Tomb. If a creature would die, instead exile it, and that creature's controller loses 2 life. So exile instead of die, cool. Okay, the library, the Lux Foundation Library. Some Doctor Who lands, sounds good. Moving right along, we got Commander's Masters EDH decks. Are they worth it? Seems like from the YouTube sentiments, no. But Commander Precons are a common commodity in modern Magic. Gone are the days of a single set of Commander releases per year. Now you get about 20 of them a year. So there's 4 Commander Masters Precons, and you can get them all for like $332 right now on Amazon. What kind of Commander Masters EDH decks are there? There's a Sliver Swarm, $100, $115, with each box set has 10 new cards, 10 new Sliver cards. Planeswalker Party, about $85 right now, and then Enduring Enchantments, about $78 right now, and Eldrazi Unbound, about $120 coming in at the most expensive right now. Yeah, like, and as always, you know, just wait a few months and then these things will drop about half in price for the most part. But Sliver Grave Mother, okay. Oh, what does that do? The legend rule doesn't apply to slivers you control. Okay, so you can have multiple legends of slivers, but it's commander, so you can only have one anyway. So I don't know how that works. But each sliver creature card in your graveyard has Encore X, where X is its energy value. And Encore 5, exile this card from your graveyard. For each opponent, create a token copy that attacks that opponent's this turn if able, then gain haste, sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step, and activate only as a sorcery. Okay, Mirror Gallery, the legend rule doesn't apply. Only in Mirror do heroes find their equal. Kind of looks retro frame a little bit to me. Rockamural Biologist, all the colors. Human Wizard 3/3. Sliver Hive Lord, Sliver Hive. A bunch of good stuff in there, but I say, of course, wait a few months before you grab it. Then we have MTG's Commander Master Set charges a king's ransom for a mixed bag. That's clearly a proposition for absolute suckers. So, yeah, so it's hitting for about $350 for a booster box of 24 draft booster packs. And while the quartet of collector boosters, which contain all variant art treatments and foil cards, will run somewhere around 230. And you get ways less packs, I guess 12 packs. And the collector's boosters demand a smidge south of 200 for 12 packs. Yeah, like if people are, I think like MTG Moxman, or yeah, I think different people were saying like these master sets, like, you know, they're kind of like losing value because they just keep on reprinting the money cards, so kind of not worth it to even get in on it. So, as always, buy singles, they say. But yeah, it seems like the sentiment is it's kind of not worth it. This Commander Masters is really more of like a Commander Legend set than a Master set. So, buyer beware on that. All right, yeah, your boy Solar Games, he recently, I'll let him tell it. Solar Games recently got some repacks boxes from the latest Amazon Fire Sale. I have really bad memories. And let's see what he says about it.
Tainted Collector's Booster.
In just a second, we'll see about it.
Your boxes from Amazon. So I actually still have one sealed still, just in case they need for evidence. But basically, what I'm going to do today is actually get on a call with Amazon and go through.
Yeah, probably could invest in a little tad bit of a better.
Your boxes from Amazon. So
golly. Yeah, but basically, so Solar Games he bought.
Just in case they...
Yeah, doing way too much. Yeah, but he recently bought, like, from the fire sale, they had a recent Amazon dump, and he bought about like 3 boxes of I think collector boosters, and they were repacked. So basically, he went ahead and called Amazon. I'm sure they got them right, but it's just a hassle. And what if you're not as savvy enough to know to check the boxes, and you just sit on them for years, and then you go to sell them, and then, like, you know, the value's not there because they repacked them. So buyer beware on that. And Jasco, let's change that in a second. But yeah, so Jasco Games rebrands as UVS.
We're the owners of the UVS collectible card game and the company that makes it. We love UVS, and we know that you do too. Today, we'll tell you a little bit more about what's been happening behind the scenes. Here's how it started. All right, Cowboy, it's your turn. My turn, Typhoon. I draw. Oh, what game is this? It's UVS, the greatest card game out there. It's actually the 4th oldest card game out there. It used to be called Universal Fighting System, or UFS. Have you heard of it? Check these out. I used to play this in 2006. You should join the community again. I'll bring my friends with me. Awesome. I really wish retro players understood how great this game is, and it's better than ever before. I have an idea for you, Typhoon. UFS and UVS. Old school and new school. UVS. UVS.
I like that. Let's shuffle it and head back to space.
UVS.
We are proud to announce that as of today, we are rebranding the company that makes the Universe's CCG to UVS Games.
Across our 17+ year history, fans have fallen in love with the game's rich mechanics, the various worlds we've explored together, and most of all, the true friendships and bonds that are made along the way. UVS Games is a brand.
Yeah, so at first it was called Universes, then they changed it. No. At first it was Ultimate Fighting System, and UFS for short. Then they changed it to Universes. I was kind of getting used to that. I like that. And then they changed it to UVS, which I personally do not like. But yeah, here goes one of my gotta make a whole video about this card. But this is my proxy card from winning a tournament, a Universes card. I'll do a video on that coming soon. But anyway, yeah, so the former owner of Jasco Games, Jasco is rebranding to UVS Games, and Jasco was owned by a guy named Jason called Jason Company, and that dude left, so now it's going to be called UVS Games by these two guys. And there goes the new logo, which I'm not that partial of.
So much better.
They got a new
And
card
then
back.
They've even brought it into their packs, guys. As soon as you open a box of Universes, as mixing with Universes here,
Got a new card
the
back.
orange and the blue, even
Old card back.
spiraling two things
The former
versing
card
each
back,
other,
and then now
you
this
know,
one.
Very, very cool
It's not that bad, but I
concept
still prefer
art.
this one.
And again, it's not something that or stun one. I mean, why do I need to see any of this?
And on the actual cards, there used to be like these
Text like this.
big symbols
should
just really
definitely be
used for
elsewhere.
deck building on the sidebar, but they're not really used within the game too much. So on the new cards, they're gonna move all that info to the bottom, which I do prefer. And like, you know, you've got your range of the hit right there, and then you've got your hit value, and you've got your check cost right there, and your cost to play it right there. So they're just changing the format of the cards up a little bit. I rather like the changes. Yeah, this is a glitchy episode. But yeah, one more thing on here. We've got the new set symbols. They're kind of less confusing and just more direct to the point, not two colors going on per symbol, so I rather enjoy that. So new sets of the symbols, so really like that. Undefeated at locals, can tell you more about it. Moving along, we got so still on UVS Games, Universes. They're bringing back more stuff other than just My Hero. Now they're bringing cycling back around to Cowboy Bebop, and they're also going into TriGun for the first time. I watched like the first episode of TriGun. Need to catch up on my TriGun, but yeah. So they're bringing in some other IPs besides My Hero now. So looking forward to that. Definitely gonna pick me up some Cowboy Bebop when it drops. Probably get some TriGun too. So that's a good deal. And Solis Games with the Pocket Paragons game, they have a collab going on with Image Comics, and they're gonna make an Image Comics version of the Pocket Paragons game using the Pocket Paragons game system. So that game is great. I got a few videos of that on my channel, and I'll look to do some more later. But yeah, if you like Pocket Paragons, look into that collab with Image Comics. Okay, moving along to Eternal card game. We got a new balance update last week after I finally earned this B, but I'm still using it though. The Rift Feeder Wasp, it was a 5-drop 3/3 that lets you upon summon draw 2 random power cards from your deck, and they just nerfed it to be a 2/2 starting out, I believe. And the empower to, well, I mean, it was an empowered 3/3 +3/+3, but then it moved down to a +2/+2, which hardly really affects the card, really, to be honest. But Rift Feeder Wasp, yeah. And then we got Killmax Spear. Now gains Void Bound for some reason. The picture's not popping up, but I recently built a deck around this card. And then as soon as I do, it gets nerfed. You used to be able to, as soon as you bring out a legendary creature, I believe, then you can just bring it back from the void. But now it gets Void Bound after getting brought back one time. Foxfang Katars did not use this, but I don't know why I'm not using it. But it has Warcry, versatile. Versatile means that you can play it as the avatar that you are, or you can play it on a creature. And summon kill all curses on the wielder. The wielder is invulnerable to damage this turn. Seems alright. They've largely been overshadowed by this card right here, and even in Lorcana decks. So it sounds like they might have buffed that card. Alright, but anyway, then we got the Youngblood Tactician. 3/3 for 3. With Warcry, when a unit with 5 health or more takes damage, kill it. And then Youngblood Tactician is an appropriately tactical and dynamic way for fire decks to fight through large time blockers. While it's already strong in those matchups, we wanted to improve its floor in other matchups with a bit of extra health. So they buffed that one. And yeah, let me read the rationale behind the Rift Reader Wasp. It's been a flashpoint for discussion since it was released. We like the decision points it creates and the way it can outscale board stalls, but we agree that it can kill a little too quickly without providing enough space for the opponent to respond. It can often end the game in 2 attacks, hitting for 9 the turn it's played and 12 the turn after that. We want to keep its ability to scale up over time, but pull back on how quickly that happens. It was also getting some hidden power by improving your upcoming draws in addition to the threatening body of power cards up front. In Killmax Spear, it's been cool to have a recurring versatile weapon that can be played on a unit one time and as a relic on the next. But the abundance of cheap heroes in Throne has made it trivial to recur numerous times in a single game. Star Reader Severin has been a particular offender, which is ironic. I think that's that Minotaur, which is ironic given the circumstance of Killmax's death. This change retains the ability to recur the spear in either of its forms, but creates a point where your opponent can stop worrying about it. Yeah, so yeah, that thing was highly exploitable. All right, moving along from Eternal, going on to Disney Lorcana. They just dropped like 39 cards to bring us to the full set of 204 cards being spoiled. And they say at Gen Con we're gonna see the actual release of the game. And from there, it's gonna release at Disney Parks on August 18th, and then a full mass market retail launch, including Shop Disney, will occur on September 1st. So whatever's going on with that Upper Deck lawsuit, I haven't heard anything else about it, but I guess they're not worried about it. Maybe they paid them off. Who knows? But yeah, let's check out those 39 new cards. No copyright here. All right, so we got an Aladdin. 2/1 Aladdin, 2 lore, 5-drop Captain, Chief Tui support. Whenever this character quests, you may add their attack to another character's attack this turn. So kind of like something like banding. Whenever this character quests, then you can add their attack. So adding 3 attack to somebody else. So something like banding, but a cool little banding. And that's 3 lore questing, 7-drop right there. Cinderella 2/5, Singer 5. This character counts as a song. You can sing it for free by tapping the 5-drop. And quest for 2 lore. And a Wonderful Dream tap. Remove up to 3 damage from chosen princess character.
Well, I've never seen a king.
Donald Duck 2/5, Bodyguard. Probably like it sounds, like a taunter. And stay alert during your turn. Your Musketeer characters gain evasive. Cool. Quest for 1 lore. Dr. Fossier. Pass to Courvoisier. 4/5 and shift 5. You may pay 5 to play it on top of another Dr. Fossier. Quest for 3 and it's a 7-drop. Into the shadows. Whenever one of your other characters is banished in the challenge, you may return that card to your hand. Right?
Quite so little hair.
And another Dr. Fossier. 2/4. Dreams Made Real. Whenever you play a song, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck. And basically, they really just need to implement the word scry. Dr. Fossier's cards, you pay one less cost for the next action you play this turn. Yeah, I mean, that's a no-brainer card right there. Tap, chosen character gets +1 questing for lore this turn. Yeah, that's great. And Fishbone Quill, 3-drop. Tap, put any cards from your hand into your inkwell face down. Okay, that's a Ramper's Dream right there. Freeze, exert chosen opposing character. 2-drop. Great card. Freeze, action. Genie, 8-drop. Yeah, like, and these cards came out like right after I did my little green video. Yeah, and check out my green emerald Lorcana video. Dropped it yesterday. Genie, 3/5, shift for 6, and then evasive, and goes for 3 lower. And whenever this character quests, you may play an action with cost 5 or less for free. Yeah, so you shift that bad boy, then you get like a free 5-drop action. Great combo. Grandma Tala, 1/1 for 2. And quest for 1. When this character is banished, you may put this card into your inkwell face down and exert it. Hades, 7-drop, 3/6, 2 lore. When you play this character, you may put chosen opposing character into their player's inkwell face down. Lilo, 4/2 for 3. Quest 2 lore. Mad Hatter. Yeah, we'll go over like 2 more and then stop this. 5-drop Mad Hatter, 2/4 Tea Party. Whenever this character is challenged, you may draw a card. And it's 3 lore questing right there. And 1-drop Magical Golden Flower. What is that from? I have no idea. Healing Pollen. Banish this item. Remove up to 3 damage from chosen character. Yeah, keep something alive. That's value. Yeah, like, and if anybody wants me to do all of these in my style, just leave it in the comments. Or you can just search out this video. That's easier. But it is what it is. All right, moving along. We have some KeyForge news. We just had the Master Vault tournament in Philly last week. Yeah, so Master of the Algorithm. We got some Master Vault decks, tournament legality. People are kind of mad at these things. While these decks are a limited run, we wanted to keep these in line with all past sets. This means Vault Masters 2023 decks are tournament legal. Tournament legal, what? And we strongly believe that the limited availability combined with the ability to run these decks in tournament is what makes them a truly special gift for Vault Tour attendees. So you got to get them by attending the Vault Tour. I think they had like about, I mean, what they say, like 100 and something people attend that Philly one. We got a Dallas one. My Central Arkansas KeyForge group is gonna go. I know at least 3 or 4 of them are going. I don't know if I'm going, but I might go. But yeah. So this is adding to the stuff like you can share decks and print out proxies. I don't really like all that stuff. Just adds confusion. But maybe it'll be a boon to the game. All right, then we got introducing Playstyle. The first stop of the Vault Tour season in Philly brought forth a lot of excitement from players. Not only did this event mark the first Vault Tour since 2020, but also meant introducing the world to a new tournament software, Playstyle. Overall, the first use of Playstyle was very successful, and the Ghost Galaxy team received many positive comments on the software from players. Playstyle is a player community and tournament management software being developed by our sister company, Forge Fire Fame, to handle the complex components of tournaments and other needs of player communities. Yeah, we've been using I forget what that thing is called, but the most popular type of little tournament thing. But that could be better too, though. So playstyle is what they're using now. So will we start implementing the playstyle at my locals? I'll let you know. All right, Archons, lend us your ears. Thanks to all who attended the KeyForge Ball Tour in Philly. Yeah, the 3-day event saw 130 players descend upon the city, with 118 participating across the Archon and Alliance tournaments. This concluded with 2 champions, each assessing the ultimate prize of $3,000. I mean, each accessing $3,000. Here are some of the stats behind the exciting return of the Vault Tour season. All right, so the number 1 card was Infernus, which is a discard, which purges 2 cards. I mean, up to 2 cards with pips on them from any player's discard pile. And then I think you get to get that value in pips yourself. And crazy card. While Wormhole, you can get a top deck for free. And Daughter, I forget what Daughter does. And Effervescent Principle, I think that might double the Amber in players' pools, I think. Or no, let's say, I forget. And then Ronnie Wrist Clocks, I think it steals 1 or 2 if the opponent has 7 or more Amber in their pool. And Infomorph, I forget. Yeah, so Ball Tour stuff. Tabletop Royale, they were in attendance. They said they might be at Dallas. They're not sure yet. But yeah, moving along, we got a birthing person with a bonus hole. Who actually won the 2023 European Championship, YuGiOh. Props to her. Back in July the 2nd. Some people had something to say, but darn what they say. Alright, then we got, 5 months ago they were talking about Rush Duels might be added to Duel Links at some point because they have the files and data in there. So maybe one day we'll see Rush Duel in Duel Links. And for the people who don't know what Rush Duels is, it's a derivative of the OCG and just simplified Yu-Gi-Oh! With players can now summon a normal set and summon as many monsters as they want in a single turn. And level 5 and higher monsters still follow the same tribute summon requirement. And just kind of rush in the duel, get it done faster and simpler. And players start the duel with 4 cards in their hand. During the draw phase, the turn player draws cards until they have 5 cards in hand. If the player has 5 or more cards in their hand, they draw 1 card. Players have no hand size limit. And the player who goes first draws 1 card on the first turn. And if a player would draw but lacks enough cards, the player has 4 or less cards in their deck and no cards in their hand, blah, 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 blah. And Rush Duel has a monster card type currently exclusive to it, Maximum Monsters, which are composed of 3 specific monsters that can be maximum summoned as a single monster. Cool. And the field resembles speed duels. Each player has 3 monster zones, 3 spell and trap zones, and the field zone, and an extra deck zone, but no pendulum zones or extra monster zones. So keeping it old school. I like it. MetaZoo and Hello Kitty had a collab back in July 4th at the SDCC. So the SanDiego Comic-Con and MetaZoo have an exclusive items and a chance to grab the promo set. These promos will be exclusive to the convention. So let's see what they look like. Hello Kitty herself. 100, 2 and 2, 1 per spell book, warm welcome 50. And yeah, been a while since I really have known what MetaZoo cards do exactly. But then we have Badit Smaru, 80 life points. My Meology, so Karopi, 40 LP. Cinnamon Roll, 60 LP. Pom Pom Purin. Darling little stuff. Looks like a 8-card set, perhaps. Yeah, hopefully some of y'all got in on it, or get it on the secondary market for not too much. All right, and we got also NeoPets Battle Dome, a new dice and trading card game. Opposite NeoPets. Brand new original artwork from, I guess, some of the artists. Utopia in this fast-paced two-player trading card game. It's got Full Arts got a 3x2 grid, and check it out at Comic Con and Gen Con. Wonder if I could sign up for one of those demos coming 2024. Yeah, let me. Matter of fact, I think I will try to sign up for one of those demos. All right, on to the indies. It's only been what, not even 30 minutes. All right, so we got Metamancers, cool AI art. I mean, how could you go wrong with AI art? But of course, it's kind of deplorable if you think about it. I mean, some people would say. And then it's got a $7,000 of a $54,000 goal. Looks like they're going too lofty a goal, but 23 backers, 28 days ago. And no video. Why would they not come with the video showing you how to play the game? But yeah, great AI art though. Yeah, got some stretch goals here, but no video, so I'm keeping it moving. Anarchy is back with a more reasonable goal. They've got $15,000 of their $29,000 goal. Danny Trejo and everybody's favorite girl, Becca Scott. That's 80 backers and 18 days ago. Looks like they might get it this time, hopefully so. And this is a dice and card game, so some people are kind of like averse to that dice combat in their TCGs, but I rather like it though. Got some stretch goals. $100 gets you one starter set, the comic, playmat, booster pack, all kinds of stuff. And let me see, the lowest level, $50 just to nibble everything you need to get started. Not only do you get all the juicy stretch goals as well, so a starter set, leader card, and all stretch goals. Hopefully that's a 2-player kit, I'm hoping. All right, but moving along, we have Monster Tama, not a TCG, but something similar.
Is a game where you go on journeys attempting to tame and shelter the most renowned monsters of the land. A round of Monster Tama plays like this. Draft the monsters you want access to. Decide which 10 monsters you want to encounter on your journey and the monster you want to bring along as a starter companion. Manage actions which activate abilities as you encounter and tame the monsters you selected to be in your path. See how your team compares to others, then shelter your team. After 3 rounds, the player with the most renowned monsters in their shelter wins. There are multiple different biomes in the game, each featuring abilities and monsters unique to that biome. You play with 4 random biomes appearing in a random order each game, leading to different strategies being viable in every play. Monster Tama is a deck construction experience in a standalone box. Taking only about an hour to play, it provides an easy means of expressing your ingenuity with your friends. Choose which monsters to add to your path, and create new synergies and combos each time you play.
Deck construction doesn't look like combat per se, but it looks pretty cool though. Yeah, so they got about half of the
Monster
goal.
Tama is a game where you go on journey.
59 backers, 11 days to go, so it looks worth a check out. And Monster Tama game and expansion about $53. Kind of lofty, but may just very well be worth it though. Check them out. Rule book over here. And for the last thing, we got the Ethereal War card game core set. Check out that video. Not much of a video, but in an alien galaxy, a long time ago, far away, 3 reluctant heroes rise up. Took a long time to spell that out. To ignite a new resistance, chaos and consequences. Nathan Dover Spike. They got about $2,000 of their $17,000 goal. 4 days to go, 33 backers. They're gonna have to come back with a smaller goal, looks like it, or do some marketing. But Nathan is the author of the sci-fi series, the Ethereal War. Avid lover of card and board games, and hopes to inspire others to create wonderful things. Alright, so sci-fi RPG card game with deck building elements, tactical combat, easy to play. 1 to 3 player game, co-op or solo, play through a campaign, intuitive and friendly gameplay, different game mode difficulties, choose characters, different combat styles, build your action deck at your preference, quick setup, and easy to save and play afterwards, unlock packs and future expansions, love unlocking packs, based on a novel, rich world, and detailed lore. Do they give you the novel too? That would be cool. Yeah, so $35 gets you what looks like the core set and all applicable stretch goals, not too shabby. And $60 gets you all that with the 24x14 neoprene mat, 120 retailer pledge. Would have liked a video showing the gameplay, but it does have a detailed how to play in the rule book, so can't knock them on that. We got some custom dice. Looks cool. Bosses that you encounter. Potential minis. Add-on minis. Alright, good stuff. But yeah, that concludes our This Week in TCGs number 17. Man, I got Gen Con coming up next week, so not making no promises. Might do another 3-week deal, but I'm sure I'll be back in another 2 weeks for This Week in TCGs number... Can't even really too much do this, but 18 somehow. So check me out. And for your games, like, comment, subscribe, and Tupac.